Okay, here we are. We are out in the forest with the new Ben eBike. This is an amazing piece because we are the only people here in the USA with this youth e-bike right now. All put together, charged up. We're gonna play around with it here in the forest for a little bit, then we'll take it out for some trails. Right now, let's just check out this bike and see what it's all about.
Really light, holy cow.
Why don't you go through all the instructions and put everything together and set up where everything needs to be? Hold it down, yeah. Bike's all together. I'm gonna give it a little test ride out front here. Still gotta bleed the brakes and set the suspension up. Hauling butt. So on my hunt for a youth e-bike, there's pretty much nothing available in the US. There's a couple hardtails available, but I wanted a full suspension bike. So I found this company, Ben eBike, in Germany, and they actually make this a full suspension youth bike. Those are 26-inch wheels front and rear, which was the next step up from the little guy anyways with his 24-inch. We've got carbon fiber seat posts, pretty cool, carbon fiber handlebars, normal shifting, disc brakes, awesome rims, quick release. What do we got here? It comes with their own pretty nice pedals. They do put their logo on a lot of things. Shimano, Dior, XT, derailleur, and I did clear bra the bike to try and eliminate some damage, but it did do some rubbing on the way here. This is the battery pack. You can easily take this off and on. You can see here, this is the charging port. So if you need to charge it, simply undo this strap and you can take the battery out very simply. There you go. That's the battery. Probably weighs maybe 5 pounds. This is the big reason why this bike is not in the USA, because of air freighting. You're not supposed to air freight lithium ion batteries, and how I got it here, I'm not gonna tell you. Let's see what we got. We got the rock shock, rear shock here. You got the air adjustment. You got your dampening. You can lock it out as well. That's pretty cool. The front here, we also have a rock shock. This is the Reza, and I believe this is 140 millimeters. I'll have to fact check myself, but it is plenty of travel for the little kids. This bike is a 10 speed, and what differs this bike compared to most e-bikes, where the motor is in the frame, the motor's actually in the rear wheel. So they've built this to be totally different than most e-bikes. You can see here, rear disc brake, and this is all the wiring and whatnot that connects to the motor. So this is how it drives it from the battery to the motor. Now, most all of the wiring runs underneath the frame and through the frame. Potentially, I'd like to make a skid plate for this thing, just because, you know, you catch one of those cables and the thing will not work anymore. Also with the rock shock, we obviously have the air we can adjust up front, and then we've got the dampening down here, so we can go from rabbit to turtle, hard to stiff, but we'll set that up for him. One of the crazy things about this is their Ben eBike seat. It's a very plastic, airflowy, interesting seat. Never seen something like that in all my years, but that is the seat that comes with it. Now, let's check out this computer. Okay, to turn it on, we just hold down the power button, and boom, bike is on. Now, it's already set in miles per hour, very nice. You can see we've got the odometer, the trip odometer, the battery level, and we can go through and check out some different settings here. It has 5 speeds. So you go through this, you can see 5 speeds. And I think this thing tops out around, I wanna say 16, 17 miles per hour. They do supply you with a computer program cable, so you can connect here to the underside port, and that's for doing some diagnostics. You can change the dimming and back to bright. Besides the seat being odd, you know, the other thing I think is kind of a little interesting is these foam grips. I might want to change these out. Overall, they're not so bad. So the entire bike, this is the bigger battery bike. This retails for, I think it's 3,099 euros. Depending on the conversion, this could be about $3,500. Obviously, shipping over to the US, that was a little bit different. Depending on the reach we get with this and how many people like it, could always bring over a container of there. So the Ben eBike people are extremely responsive and great to deal with.
we're gonna